What's up, gang? How's it going? We got this one from was a tasting giveaway or some shit. Just a little spur of the moment. I was thinking about different, do a lot of Boro stuff, you know? Figured I would try try an RTA. Just to switch it up. Something I've had already. I've had it for quite a while. And it never really got that much recognition. For like half a second, maybe. So you have the Cloud V2. I don't even remember a Cloud V1 RTA. But it's the V2. And we're going to take a look. Sorry, I was not very prepared for this. It's probably smart to like schedule a live, but it is what it is. Yeah, this is the thing we're going to look at. Also, I was talking to, what's up, Jason? Oh, cool. That's always nice when you can drive wherever you're going and listen to like a live. I used to enjoy that a lot. I used to catch a lot of like, it would either be like a Grim Green live stream, build stream like this, or Bogan would do a lot of, his are like 4 hours. So yeah, driving home from work or something like that. It's always nice. Okay. Yeah, I was talking to somebody on, through PMs on Facebook, and he's quite into high end. Mostly the European stuff and RTAs recently, right? So he's looking at a Stickman. They're old, right? Scud, stuff like that, those kind of mods. And I was looking at pictures he was sending me of the Stickman, and it kind of reminded me, oh, cool. You just got the micro Thanos, very nice. Yeah, I think you'll be really happy with it. If you only just got it, like, I don't know if you used it yet or only just bought it, but it's very good. I was pretty happy with it. Where's mine? Right here. Oh, I literally just put the 3.5 millimeter pin in here, and I do like it more this way. Not that the 2.5 was that bad, and I never use them that tight. Like, I generally do 3 to 4, but I can do a 2.5 without, no problem. But what's up, Dane? You bought it after my video. Cool. That's awesome. That's cool. Yeah, even the 2.5, like, it's so. Yo. What's up? What's up, Gliz? What the hell? What the hell is your name again? Green Earth or some shit on Facebook? What's up, Alex? Um, yeah. So, what was I saying? Uh, I love the lives. I love the lives too. I wish my internet Wi-Fi was better because I would do them more often. It's just I hate when they get glitchy and drops out. Like it'll miss like the most important part of what I'm saying and then pick right back up like at the wrong time. Yeah, you did throw me off. It's all good. No, yeah, with the 2.5 pin, it, it was such a unique vape. I mean, you rarely have something that's like that tight under coil and then that open above coil. Like the chimney is so massive on this compared to like having a 2.5 underneath it. So it just made for a really weird draw. Not in a bad way, just in a different way. And I don't know, it just gave me something, brought something a little different to the table, you know? My dog doesn't bark or cry, it just scratches and stares. Um, Vaping micro right now, yeah, definitely. Um, Nez said that there's titanium ones in the works. So I imagine they're colored and look pretty good. But I looked on Control. I didn't see any pictures of anything, so it must be on the low right now, I guess. I know it is backwards. I mean, at least if Sway were to say like, "Hey, I know this is what we gave you, but we're at least going to have these separately." Like, now, do I want to buy them separately? Hell no. Don't give me no 1.2, but at least have the option. I mean, definitely should have been a 3 instead of a 1.2. But like you're saying, even the 4 Max is kind of underselling it. I mean, this thing could, there should, I mean, why not? Why not do something radical and put a 5 millimeter pin in here? Like, what's the widest pin any Boro RBAs had? 5.2, I think. I can't even tell you which one did it, but the Steam Shell doesn't have that option, does it? I don't think so. Something has 5.2. STM did 4.8. And the STM, it is the Steam Shell. Okay, what is it? 5. Okay, I need to get the Steam Shell. I don't have it. I've been meaning to for a while, and I've just put it off so long. It's one of the I'm. It's hard to win me over for an RBA for a new one. But this really caught my interest, and not only brand wise. I mean, yes, the brand is appealing to me, but the design was there too because I like things that can do a lot of juice capacity. It's a give and take though, because sometimes if those chambers are too small, it ruins it for me. Like the Eden, I like the Eden, but sometimes it's just I felt like that chamber was its own worst enemy in a way. And yeah, I know they had I had the original one with the PC cap and the solid cap. I got rid of it, and I'm not sad about it because the wicking foot was so stupid. I mean, it was just too wide and short. You couldn't pull the cotton. You couldn't get the cotton up against it just right for me. I mean, I could, but it was too much work. I mean, I had used it successfully plenty of times, but it wasn't worth the hassle. It's just so different compared to everything else that I had. Same with the STM. It had the same exact wicking port, and it just wasn't right. Steam Shell's okay. choppy. Yeah, well, it doesn't have a crazy wide chimney though, right? Not like the not like this or the STM. The reload has a big pin, doesn't it? Or it doesn't have a big pin by number, but it's actually a much wider airflow that comes through somehow or something. I was curious about the ammo. But yeah, so now I got the 3.5, and I feel like I could go even wider. Um, I feel like I could throw the 4 in here because I'm built low enough. I'm reading a .33. So I might just keep playing around with it, but the fact that he didn't have a 3 bothers me, and I'm just not gonna stop bothering me. Like that's my only con for the whole damn thing. That it was just a waste of a pin to have a 1.2. Because, all right, Alex, thanks for stopping by. But yeah, yeah, no, you know how MTL people are. They're like, it's not a .8. You know what I mean? Well, not always. They're not all like that, but like anyone that's going to be like a 1.2 or below, they're pretty particular about everything, the chimney, all that shit. So they're not going to take that seriously. So you're basically catering to RDL and DL people. They don't want a 1.2. Oh yeah, that I've seen that Cthulhu one. I'm not big on vertical coils. I don't care. I don't want anything like that necessarily. I mean, I wouldn't rule it out. It just doesn't really appeal to me. I have one. It's not completely vertical coil, but kind of is. I can't remember the exact name of it. It's by Vaponaut, the French company. They do the Supersonic and the Concorde. Le Turbo. Le Turbo, whatever the hell it is. LE Turbo. Yeah, Turn no go for me. I never had the 502. I was curious about that. I could have got the clone 502 on Fast Tech, and at the time, I just like wasn't that like aware of what was going on because that's probably worth more than the 502 at this point because legend has it that Jay Hayes went out of his way to buy them all up. He bought all the 502s off of Fast Tech to eliminate them being on the clone market. That's how like deep into it he got. So that would be really cool to have this cloned 502. We got 8 people in chat, and we got 1 like. What's up? What's up? We got 9 people in chat. How you doing? I want to say that I got up to as of yesterday, we hit 1,000 subscribers. I thought the day would never come. NTL on Boro is equal to RTA MTL? The hell does that mean? I don't think they're equal at all. Hey, David and Voris, I don't think they're equal at all. I think MTL in a look at them likes rolling in. You guys are the best. Now I think MTL and RTA is much more suitable. It just fits so much better. Because of the narrowness and the length of an RTA, it just really helps with the whole back pressure thing and just like concentrating it. It has like a longer distance to travel in that formation of being like condensed. I really think there's something to that. It's just the draw just works way better, in my opinion, um, on RTAs. My favorite MTL Addy? Good question. I'd probably say the Fev is probably my favorite for MTL. I don't have a ton that I really like for MTL. I mean, I have a video about it, like my top 5 or whatever. Some of my favorites for MTL aren't high end. I like the Artemis. Is it the Artemis 2 or is it just the Artemis? The Cthulhu Artemis. I like the BP Pioneer. So not even high end really, but I like the Dwarf. I like the Edge by Steam Tuners. A lot of the stuff I like is borders on RDL and MTL. So the Patabellum, I like that. The Patabellum Unleashed. Anyhow, what I was saying in the beginning of the video was that guy I talked to on Facebook was talking about the Stickman mod or whatever, and I was like, it looks like a SX Mini or whatever. It looks like he's like wants it. It's like the one he wants is like $2,000 or something. I'm like, why? Why? And I'm like, it looks like a SX Mini. It's got a Yeehee chip in it, like an XX Mini. And I said it also kind of reminds me of a Cold Steel. Holy shit, 68 watts. Like this. This is the Cold Steel EH Pro. Rest in peace. I don't think they exist anymore. So many companies have just silently exited. But then once in a while they make returns. Like how about Asmodus just released a product? That's cool. I still have the C4 RDA and the Point Blank. I never had the Barrage. This is like the only one I never got to try. And the Bunker. I wanted those RDAs, but the place I would get them from, it was a store in the Midwest that also had a site. So many of the online store website vendors, whatevers, that did a lot of hardware, they're gone. You know what I mean? They were cool. Yacht Vape. Yacht Vape has what? They have the what the hell did they do? They have the Pandora. There's a couple. They all came out around the same time. A few RTAs, MTL, Chinese ones that had a P in it. It was like the Pandora, the Pioneer, and what's the other one with a P? The Eclipse. What the dual coil Boro Eclipse? Yeah, I've seen that. I don't really have any interest in it. I mean, not that I wouldn't try it, but I don't know if I'd go out of my way for it. I'm curious, but it's neat. I have another Vloggish episode that I recorded like the day after my last one that I've never posted. I'm gonna have to post that soon because I forgot about it. Because I had to stop my last vlog prematurely, so I wanted to pick back up and finish it off, which I did, and then I never posted it. So it's such a waste. Wait, this thing is hotspotting? Why? I thought they were dead. You thought who was dead? Yeah, Dane, you wrong, bro. You said congrats on 2K. I wish it's 1K. But wishful thinking. Also, Vaping Vic, he just hit 1K. He hit it like, I don't know, a few days before me, and I don't know how long he's been around for because I only heard about him within the last, I want to say like 6 months or so. I, th- but he's got more videos than me, but I don't know if he started after me. I'm assuming he did, but maybe I just didn't hear about him. Now, Yacht Vape, they still do stuff. I think Yacht Vape, I'm not positive. I feel like they have an association with BP Mods and Umbrella Mods and DovPo. It's all DovPo. I think Yacht Vape is DovPo. I have no proof, but I wanted to build the Crossbow RBA, super old RBA. It was one of the first like 10 RBAs ever made. Mostly like MTL based. A lot of the early RBAs were geared for more tight draws. Yeah, Umbrella Mods does good stuff. Um, they had that Passport Bora mod that looked decent. I mean, especially for like a beginner style Bora mod, it's classy looking. So here is the Cloud 2. Oh god, sorry, this fucking camera. Everything's backwards for me too. Too bad I can't do shallow focus. Nah, this focus is just like set on one thing. It's neat though. And this has been around. The top cap, I mean, it looks very like Steam Tuners-esque, right? And it's got a lot of threads. So you just like screw it on. The wicking channels are weird, but it has a really good airflow system. It has juice flow port, or I mean, I'm trying to figure out why this wicking port looks closed. Oh, I think it's like a kind of like how the Skyline would work. Like you unscrew it up a little to. No, I'm trying to figure out why this juice flow port doesn't look like it's opening. Jeez, I have to revisit this altogether. The top cap for refilling your juice is very sleek. It's just such a narrow little top cap. It's a nice looking RTA that, like I said, came and went. Thank you, David. All right. Take care, Dane. Thanks for stopping in. But yeah, this thing has really cool airflow options. The AFC, I mean, it's good. You can do, like, this is neat. Single-sided, 2-hole, and then it's a little bit like how, like a Theatro or a Har style airflow. Then you have like this. You can't even see it, but holy shit. There's 3 holes all through one slit. That's a good airflow too. I'm trying to figure. It's so smooth. It's a very smooth draw. I'm trying to figure. Can you do one on each side, or is it always single-sided? I mean, it's been so long since I used this, I forget. I don't think you can. I think there's only airflow in one spot. Yeah, so it's only one. I mean, you can do like super MTL with just that one hole, but very smooth draw, yeah. Talal. It's been a while in the Bora world. What's the best lightweight board device with a great look you can suggest. It would also be great in white. Well, look no further. You didn't say anything about price, but I'm assuming you want it to be cheap. This thing, the BM40. Sorry, I have a big stain on mine. With some bleach, that'll come right off, I think. I took it to work, and I do like I I work outside. Let's just put it that way. It gets dirty. Yeah, this thing is $40. You can't beat it. It's the lightest, smallest Ormod there is. The only drawback is it's a lipo. Not cheap. Well, shit, I wasn't expecting that. I don't know, man. Get a friggin'. I mean, you can go get a protocol FTP. Delro is not necessarily lightweight, depending on which one you're talking about. If you want a D60 Blanco, but like, I wouldn't call this thing lightweight. I mean, it's light, and relative to mods in general, but not necessarily for Bora mods. I mean, you're kind of putting yourself in a box there because you want lightweight, but you also want it to be white. So basically, you want a Delrin mod. So you just have to figure out what's a Delrin mod that you can get. No, this thing's actually got some weight to it. And I just did a video with this and the clone version of it, comparing them, and it's pretty interesting, the weight difference. I just recorded it. I actually re-recorded it. The first recording I did, I accidentally erased, and it was from like 2 weeks ago, and I just re-recorded it today. Yeah. C-bots are great, and that's super light, and yeah, you can get a Cerakoted one. So if you want something with a little more color, like a white one, you could do that. Yeah, that's a great. You just nailed it. You gave yourself the best suggestion I could probably give you. So, they have the Q-bots now. I don't really like them as much. I'd still rather have a C-bot, like the most recent C-bots with the tapered back. They had some cool ones floating around, almost like a coffee color. It was like white and like brownish splats. I've passed up on that a couple times. I could have had that particular mod, and I just blew it. Like a cream color. It was really nice. Because I kept telling myself, I sold my C-bot because I didn't like having just a plain black one. And I didn't like the pattern it had. It was like that. What did they call it? Bees. It was a bees pattern. It's like honeycomb. Like this. It's like this kind of pattern. The honeycomb pattern. I didn't like it. So I was like holding out for like a cool splat one. And I just never got around to getting it. So, but yeah, I'm a big fan of the C-bot. The only problem with the C-bot is taking the battery cap off because it's so small up there. Your finger gets in the way of the drip tip. Actually, it's that small, and it could be a little finicky to take the battery cap off. That's it. That's the only con I can come up with for it. So. Oh, I also wanted to reiterate, I'm gonna look up his name real quick. So my 1,000th subscriber, in my last live, I mentioned that I would do a giveaway to whoever was the 1,000th subscriber, like I did before with the 300th subscriber. I gave them an atomizer last time. The guy's name was John Mays. He fortunately commented as well. So I told him to PM me, which he did on Facebook, and sure enough, I got his address. I sent him the atomizer. This guy, who PM'd me last, commented last on my most recent video, the control one. His name is Dino Knight. Congratulations on reaching 1K. I clicked the button to help you get there. Good luck with your channel. I don't know if he means he clicked it in general or if he was the last one to do it, because sometimes it tells me who's subscribing and it tells me their name and everything, or their YouTube username. Sometimes I don't get the notification, and it figures the time I needed it for the 1,000th subscriber, it didn't notify me. So I have no way of really figuring out the exact person. But based on what this guy said, I think it's him. And I don't think he was like fishing, because it doesn't seem like he was even aware about the giveaway thing. So pretty sure it's him. So I told him in a reply to the comment for him to PM me on Facebook to have his RTA sent to him. Oh, I'm like looking for the live stream again. Yeah. All right, I guess I'm gonna try to build this thing real quick. Only I'm a little concerned because I forget how this juice port's gonna work. One, it's just weird that it's a screw-off top cap. You don't see that too often these days, and for good reason, because I'm taking. Look, now I'm unscrewing the whole atomizer from the mod. It's got a little messy. Yeah, this was the Cloud 2 since what's it say? 2012. 2015. Yeah, 2012. A little far back, but that's a long time still. Cloud mods to be around. Yeah, it's either like almost unscrew the RTA from the mod, or you almost start unscrewing the top cap or the tank. All right. Yeah, I think it's just like a K-Fun type design. Like to get more juice flow, you just keep unscrewing it more and more. That's basically how it works. Just gonna leave the same coil in there. It's made in a similar fashion as the Skyline, because yeah, both posts are on the same side. Definitely has a Skyline Pioneer type look going on. Yeah. So in this, I have this sturdy RBA. This is it's decent. I like it. Someone gave it to me actually. His name's Nathaniel Corey. And just out the blue, PM me on Facebook. We started talking. I'm going to send him. I told him I'd be sending him something though. Um, for the gesture. I haven't like completely decided what we're gonna settle on here, but and when I'm gonna get around to it. Like I feel like I worked like 11 hours yesterday. Went from one job, stopped home like 40 minutes, and then went to the next job. Murder. Pulled this cotton through just dandy. Yeah, I think that this was definitely worth a revisit. Just if you like RDL, this thing is perfect. Very it's just the smoothness of the draw is what grabs me, and it's just I can't believe it doesn't have more of a like a legendary kind of status almost. Like it just seems like such a forgotten RTA, and it really deserves more. I think it's better than their RBA. I think the Cloud RBA ain't got nothing on this. I think this is way better as an atomizer overall. I mean, I know one's for boromods, obviously, but I think this does it better. Pretty easy to wick. It has a really weird wicking port because where you tuck the cotton down, there's just I don't even know if you could see it. There's just like this tiny little hole right there. Here's the cloud symbol on this side that we all know and love. I actually asked Juice Flow unscrew the drip tip, I think. Yeah. Hey, Hat Man, I didn't even realize you were writing that. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm gathering. Oh yeah, but the cloud, man, I actually PM Charles when I was ordering my BMM, and I said, hey, with the mule, do you mind if I get the cloud collab symbol on mine? Because they did a pretty early into the mule existing. Charles did a RBA collab with cloud mods, and the symbol they came up with was great. It was like the BMM gangster, like all you just seen is the suit outline silhouette, and the head was just a big cloud, like they had on the RBA, the original RBA, and just I always liked that symbol, and opposed to the actual like standard mule symbol, which is very like I don't know. I don't want to hear that whistle. I don't want the stupid like fucking like donkey on my mod. So I mean, I don't know. I was saying in a comment like, wow, it figures like all the mods I like from BMM have the goofiest names like freaking Borat and Mule. But then others have great names. So like the Bootlegger, I think is a great name. The 38, I like that. I mean, actual American companies always have better names, in my opinion, anyway. So, here's the question. I think I just answered it in my head. I think I'm gonna put or I could do a tobacco flavor. Now I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use Transistor Basic B Butterscotch Bourbon. I just got some more today in the mail. Oh my god, Budget Vapors. I get juice from them. They really botched up, man. I just ordered two things. I got bottles. This comes in a 2-pack. I got this and Air Factory. It used to be called Cookie Crunch, but now they call it Creamy Crunch. Well, I think there's either Air Factory ain't making it no more, they got a shortage of it, or what, because it's been hard to find. So it looked like they had it in stock. I ordered it, and then last minute they refunded me. They refunded me late. They refunded me like 2 weeks later. They refunded me when the day this was delivered. Like, what kind of shit is that? And it still hasn't even posted yet. So I wrote them an email. Like, I'm frustrated with that company or that vendor. Seems like every time I order from them, they screw up something. They forget something. They send me the wrong kind. And when they don't have something, thanks, Vegan Vic. I actually referenced you a little bit earlier in the video. But yeah, instead of just refunding you like right away, why don't these vendors like contact you and ask you like, hey, we don't have this. Would you like to substitute something else for it? Or I don't know. I mean, I guess the prices would have to line up or something, but there's a couple other Air Factory items I would have substituted that would have been the same price. Yeah, man. Sure thing. Friggin' you seen what's his name again? Shit. Hey, what's his name? The British guy. Um, the one who runs Vapor Bay. Vapor Bay in the UK. What's his name? It's not Lou. I don't know. I'll remember in a minute. He's doing a lot of a lot of videos lately. I'm noticing. Lloyd, that's it. I said Lou. Yeah, I noticed he's doing a lot of like vlog type videos lately while he's driving and shit, which is cool. But one of his recent videos was talking about like new vapors or whatever, and I don't know. It's just interesting to hear people's takes on shit. A lot of people just don't know new vapors because they're not looking hard enough, or honestly, it's really, I think, YouTube's fault for intentionally not circulating the stuff. The new control video I just did, right? For it being the only, I was glad to get it out since there's no content on it as of yet. But they actually hit me with a restriction. They made it so that it's 18 and over, which is fine in and of itself. But what happens is when they hit you with that restriction, it severely impacts the circulation of it altogether, not just for people that are 18 and older or younger. It makes it so that video circulates less all around. And I used to get hit with that restriction pretty much on every video for like 6 months straight. And that was like over a year ago. When I had that issue, when I was actually putting out a lot more stuff, and then it went away. They stopped doing it to me. The last time that I got hit with that restriction was when I did the unknown RTA, which was also the only one at the time. So maybe they like look out for the. I don't think it was just luck of the draw, but I thought maybe they look out for newer stuff, like if it's a title they never heard or something. I don't know. But yeah, it definitely hinders the availability of it all around. People won't discover it. And that's why I made a short of the same thing, just to have something that didn't have a restriction um, that dealt with it. So while I was talking, I put this thing together, I guess. You either seen it or you didn't. But yeah, I screwed the drip tip part all the way down first before filling, because that is basically the juice flow control. Put this cap back on. I don't think I have any airflow open. I'll probably do the 3-hold one because that's what I like. The 2-hold one's good too, I mean. Okay. Did you link the short to the video as a related video? No. Which I should, but see, I'm not on top of that kind of shit for some reason. You know, like, I'm not that thorough when it comes to my channel. I'll be honest. I mean, I don't have Instagram. I don't have TikTok. I don't enter. I don't know. I just let shit stand on its own, and if it does okay, it does okay. I don't know. You know, I don't have a Patreon. I don't have a members only. I do all this as a hobby, basically, because I know the odds are kind of against me to actually take this like that seriously, you know. And the more you do stuff like that, the more it starts to feel like a job, which it already does kind of feel that way at times. Like, I don't always want to do this shit, especially with editing, you know, but it keeps me focused on something constructive, at least. That's the way I look at it. Or maybe it'll motivate me for other things later. I don't know. As long as I'm not shooting dope, right? Yeah, the algorithm is the enemy. We're reading a 0.47. We're going to bump it up. I loosened it up now. So I put the airflow to 3, the 3-hold, and then I unscrewed this a bit. I tried to do it a little bit upside down as well. It's not gurgling or nothing. I don't think we're flooded. I remember being able to run like a lot of power through this and just a really exceptional draw for smoothness. 32 watts. I don't know if I should go up or down. 0.47, maybe 30. And for RTAs, I bumped the wattage higher than I do for RBAs, even if it's the same airflow size and like ohm reading and everything. Had it with a short once within minutes, and it did not get more than 100 views. Yeah, that's a thing. For me, it happened on this particular video. It happened after like 10 minutes. I actually was going back in to like change something about the title, and that's when I got hit with it. I think something about the title I did. I put the word flavor in the title. I think that's what changed it actually. So, and even when I took it back out, it just stayed, so it didn't matter anymore. I just left the word in. But yeah, I would recommend not ever using the word flavor in the title. That is my best guess as why this happened. Because nothing about it is any different than any of my other videos. In the end, when there's actually like a talking head bit, you see me, I don't vape in any of that segment. So it's not because there's vapor in the air or anything. So there's nothing about that review that was different than the last 20 that I did. I used to get it for lives. I used to get it for everything. Now get this. One of my other, within the last, I don't know, 5 videos, I did a video about boots. Mostly about these boots, right? And first time I ever did a video talking about boots, and that video got 1,400 views. Now, usually you have to build a channel around a topic, like, so people know, all right, that's what this guy does. All my stuff is about vaping. So the one time I do something about boots, I get way more views in that time frame. Now I have some of my video. I have one video that has 18,000. That's the most views I ever got, right? But on average, 2,000 is like a lot for me, right? So for this, and that to over at least a couple weeks to even get to that point. So for this video to get to 1,400 views in like a few days, that says everything I need to know right there. That YouTube is seriously hindering the circulation of anything vape related. My short was called Rave Vape. Maybe because it sounds like rape vape or something. Like maybe, I don't know, like if those words are get like, I don't know, maybe like the algorithm is like dyslexic or something. And no, I don't know. But do you know if now that we have 1,000 subscribers, is it that like anything vape related can't get monetized? Is that correct? I used to see ads on like Vaping with Vic, and certain reviewers would have ads. They're paid for those ads or not? Like, or I don't even know if they have them anymore. I haven't really paid attention. I don't know if Vaping with Vic even has ads anymore, but I know it used to. So it's like, can we do ad revenue, right? Now that we're at 1,000, isn't that like the whole thing of hitting 1,000? I don't know. You you seem like a guy that would look into this a little bit. Like you seem pretty like aware of YouTube and shit. So your best long form? What do you mean long form? Just not short, not like a vlog, like a standard review. It's crazy that that's long form, like 20 minutes. Shows the attention span of people these days, but long form to me is like an hour and more. You know what I mean? That's why I was making reviews like 30 to 50 minutes, and like I don't think people are having that. Like when I look at my average view time for like a 20-minute video, it's really only like 5 minutes. You know what I mean? So it's like all that work, and really, it's only someone's only watched it for like 5 minutes. I was talking to Justin about all this the other night. Just like just how weird it all is. Just it's cool the analytics. Being able to see. They used to have a demographic for like race and stuff even too. Like I don't know if they still have that. I know they have it by country. I think I mostly have like American, Canadian. Um, the other big one was like Malaysian or Philippine or something like, or Indonesia, whatever. Was high on the list, and then like Europe, and I think Australia a little bit or something. But like, yeah, that's basically it. You never see any views from China, or I can't say if I ever seen Russia on there, or Japan, India. India has like tons of people. None of them watch YouTube or vape stuff. I think maybe it's illegal there. I don't know. because I never hear anybody anything about India ever. I know Japan, they make stuff. Russia, obviously. China, obviously. Yeah, India, never hear anything about anybody who's Indian that vapes. Thank you guys for all the likes and shit. Okay, so you still need a couple hundred hours of public watch time. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know where I stand on that. I didn't even know that was. I knew that was a thing, but I didn't know how specific it was to the monetization thing. I just thought it was mostly about the subscriber count. You do a live show with a person who's Indian, who lives in India? That's interesting. See, you're pretty social that way, huh? I only been on like 2 lives for other channels. Ryan and Bearded Viking. They're the only times I ever did a live with anybody. Me, Ryan, and Mark Todd. Well, Mark Todd, I don't know how far into it he even got. If he was even, I think it was mentioned to him at some point, but this is a long time. This is a while ago, but it would have been cool if we all 3 of us got to do high end lives or whatever. That was the idea, but it never came to be. Bangalier, he's got 55,000 subs. God damn. See, it's funny. There are like certain reviewers in different parts of the country that have pretty significant number of subscribers, like Alex Vapors MD or whatever, the Russian guy. There was a guy who was like more of an up and comer around the time when I was just starting to pick up steam doing this. His name was Nick Wicks, Nikwiks. He just quit out of the blue, like just when I felt like both of us were kind of picking up steam. He just stopped doing it, and that was like around the time that Russia went to war. And then I started thinking, I'm like, damn, did he go into service? Like, what happened? But we're in America. We're left in the dark about what really happens in Russia. So, but it should be lower or nothing for vape content. Yeah. By the way, this is working out pretty nicely. It's a nice looking RTA too. Kind of looks like that new Asylum one. Maybe that's why I thought of this. Has a little bit of that bell cap shape that RTA has. This is a really big chamber, doesn't it? Takes up like the whole thing. I think it's a 4 milliliter tank. But yeah, it looks like a giant chamber in there. Honestly, I feel like there's too much chamber. I could actually tell, like, as I'm using it. It's still really smooth, don't get me wrong, but it's a little more hollow because of that, I think. I think if it was just a little more condensed, that's why VWM has the best RTAs. They just have the shapes that he makes, you know what I mean? They just like, they're not like big barrels or super cylindrical. They're like, they really mold up to like this genie lamp shape to like a really narrow bored chimney. And I just think that's like the perfect way to make an RTA. Super chats and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I've thought about this before. You know what I mean? I get a little concerned about how consistent I am. I don't want to like make a membership thing and then like leave people feeling like, like unsatisfied with how much I put out there, because I'm not very consistent. You know what I mean? Sometimes I really feel it and other times I don't. So, yeah. It's just, I guess if I knew I had to do it, I would. So maybe that's just the push I need. This is good. This is like I see a lot of hazy sediment to it. Where I work at a beer place, and they give us free beer now. So not all the time, but sometimes they have like taste testings, and they have like extras in the fridge and shit. So it's like, yeah, this has like a lemon vibe to it. It's very low alcohol. Sure Sharp, what's up? Oh, you have a question. What's my favorite coil to run in RTAs? Diameter, wire size. Well, I like I use a lot of nichrome, and I like point fives, point 0.4, point 0.5. It all depends on the RTA too. Um, Now the wire size, that's a little more technical. That I don't like get too wrapped up in all that shit. Like the last thing I put together was uh, 29 and 38 gauge. It's an N80, 2.5 millimeter inner diameter. That's a big thing for me. I like 2.5s because it was a 0.35. I like small coils because I like fast ramp up. That's a big thing for me. PBR. Heineken's for pussies. Pabst Blue Ribbon. Does anyone know what that's from? It's a Dennis Hopper quote from a movie. I got the option open 1 week and made 10 euros. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I should do it and I would use every bit of it for just getting new gear. I think I'll do it. I mean, I'll get around. I'll do it. I'll do it, okay? I'll do it. You remember that from 93.5 The Beach. What, do you live near me? Who are you, Sure Sharp? Who are you? Is this no, this can't be what the hell's his name? He's always in the Fagans channel. This isn't Douglas Roach, is it? Who is Sure Sharp? You wrote me a nice I know you wrote comments before. You live in Maryland, yeah. So, because we have the same radio station around here. I'm not. Yes, Hatman got it. Yeah. David Lynch. Blue Velvet. Weird fucking movie, but I like it. You looked it up. But Hatman, I bet Hatman just knew it. Dude, that is the weirdest movie. God damn. I wish they made movies like that still, though. As weird as they were, weird is good. You know what I mean? Weird is a very underrated thing. Yeah, the movie is cool. It's technically classified as a neo-noir. You know, a film noir, for anyone that doesn't know, is like an old school 40s and 50s kind of like, it's usually, it was a very American thing. Like the studio system, especially like Warner Brothers, was making a lot of detective movies, a lot of your Humphrey Bogart movies, Robert Mitchum. You know what I mean? Anything that's like, hey, Touch, where have you seen anyone around here? Like, you know what I mean? And they got the fedoras and the fucking like the trench coats and shit, and it's like it's always like a private detective and trying to get to the bottom of something. You know what I mean? Black and white. That's a film noir. So neo noir would be like taking that format and putting it in a more modern movie, which now are not modern, but like Blade Runner, Chinatown, those were neo noir, as old as those movies are. And Blue Velvet would be considered a neo noir because the kid is like, it's like a mystery, you know what I mean? He's like trying to get to the bottom of what's going on. He's like his own detective, basically. I always think it's interesting when like foreigners, like a lot, there's like a lot of like, for lack of a better term, like Muslim type people, like Middle Eastern people that watch my stuff, right? And I'm always wondering, like, do they get like any of the cultural references or like, I know like American stuff gets around, but like, I don't know. I just don't know if they like pick up on everything, like, or how much they pick up on it. Probably strictly like listening out for the vape stuff, I would imagine. I don't know. I don't know how well all that translates. What's your favorite David Lynch movie there, man? I'm thinking like, I think I like Mulholland Drive the best. I don't know. He's only done a few like normal movies. Inland Empire, I'd like to see that again. I heard Guy Ritchie has like a new show or something, right? Big Guy Ritchie fan. That would be like, that's not neo noir. That's like gangster movies, petty crime. I like those kind of movies too. Petty crime, shit like that. You know, Snatch was great. Lock, Stock. 11 likes, 11 viewers. Um, yeah. Once again, I can't say how much, you know, I don't like, I recommend stuff here and there, but I try not to I try not to talk stuff up too much if I don't like really feel it. I really do like this a lot, the macro thing. Also, that guy I said earlier, Nathaniel, he also sent me this drip tip, and it's just like so goddamn comfortable. It really just, I guess it just brought it all together, you know? Like I said, next I'm going to review the Sturdy, which is cool because they're both like really small RBAs with great juice capacity, so they kind of go well together. It's just there's already like 100 reviews on the Sturdy, so. But I've heard the quality control's been hit or miss. Like apparently this guy has sent out some botched stuff, so that's just all I've heard that from one person. But he seemed really adamant about it, so I doubt he's bullshitting. I don't know. Sometimes, if one person has a problem, it doesn't get resolved for them to the way they want. They really run with it and like make it seem like it's like, oh no, they're just a disaster all around. So or like that Asylum RTA that just came out not too long ago. How that apparently has issues. The only person I had ever talked to about it really likes it, and they tried to get me to buy it. So, and then I find out yesterday, or it was that this morning, that yeah, it's got problems. O-ring problems or something. Thank you, Seth. Yeah, man, we did it. We finally did it. I never thought I'd get there. It's weird. I mean, first, like, 300 was a big deal. Then 500 was like, okay. I felt like I got from 5 to 7 really fast. And then 7 to, even 7 to 8. And then, like, yeah, 7 to 8 was good. But 8 to 1,000 felt like forever. I guess because I start, like, paying attention to it more or something. I don't know. All right, what did Hatman say? Mulholland Drive. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I respect Eraserhead, like, for what it is. It's just not very rewatchable, in my opinion. I'd like to watch it again. Every time I tell myself I want to watch it, just hard to, like, commit to that. It's just so weird. Apparently, Eraserhead was his impression of Philadelphia. That was his inspiration for making that movie, which is really interesting. I've been by the street that he used to live on in Philadelphia, and there's really no housing there anymore. It's building like like an office building or some shit. So it's not like we could be like, it's not like I could go by and be like, that's David Lynch's old house, because it's not there anymore. I think he lived on like 8th and Race or something in Race or something near Race. You know, just in that, like, slightly north of Center City area. Yeah, man. All right, all right. Um, yeah, it's fucking juice, man. I just reordered. I went through a different vendor now. I have to regain. I have to get more of this. Anybody got this? Now they changed the name like 5 times, man. It was called Cookie Crunch originally. Vanilla Crunch. Now they call it Creamy Crunch. I have to find this. I'm praying what I just ordered, and it's gone up so much. I remember this was like $11 for this bottle. Now and the last time I got this, it was, I don't know, 12 or 14 or something. 14, I think. Now for 100 mil, $14, still $14, but you only get 60 mils. And I think they're discontinuing it or something because it's getting really hard to find. For such a big brand like Air Factory, they're pretty popular. They're in just about every vape store. They're like Twist. They're everywhere, but not this juice. They're doing all the citrus bullshit. Everyone, like, citrus stuff, fruits, like real potent fruits. You know, I would like my vanilla butterscotch type stuff, you know, desserts. This is good, though, for tobacco, this Doka M-Turk stuff. I'm not big on tobacco, but that works. That works for me. Good for like an MTL RTA setup, you know. Yeah, as much as I like the BM40, it's lacking a little bit with the power because because this has a .32 in it. It runs through this. You really need like a .6 and up on this to really not get annoyed with the battery life. It's my only downside about lipos. I mean, having to recharge the shit. I took this to work a few times too. I gotta really clean this thing. I just get like fucking soot and dirt everywhere. Yeah, so how about Bogan moving to friggin' England and then like now they might ban all the fucking vape stuff too? It's just so crazy. Ain't that some shit? Like, I know, like, pretty sure, like, the disposable thing's like a done deal, but now they're gonna like, like heavily tax it, right? Panhandler. Yeah, I I didn't feel too strong about it, but when I seen D1, the guy, the YouTuber D1 Vape or whatever, it's like an older like Scottish guy, I think. When I seen his response to it, it made me think. I just found that really. It made me laugh honestly because he was so like he was so pissed about it. Like he was like, "How dare you, Shay?" Yeah, he was like, "Yeah." I found him and you around the same time actually. Your channels, and yeah, I just thought that was so crazy how he was like so pissed. But it made me, yeah, I get it, dude. He's like one of the. I mean, of all the vape people out there, he's in the top like 3 or 5 vape reviewers left. So if he's got to ask literally everybody, I don't know. He's got a family. So I just don't know. But I'm sure he's made some money, dude. He's had like 1,000 collaborations with China. He better get something for it. Or like Yasik from Monarchy sends him a decent amount of free gear. I think of all the free gear he's gotten. You know, if he sold even a quarter of that shit, you know what I mean? I know vape gear ain't worth what it was, but he could have been selling it all along too. Like, yeah, yeah, no, I hear you. It was definitely unnecessary. Um, yeah, man. Maybe his wife put him up to it. I don't fucking know. Maybe she didn't want to move. I have no idea. I don't know anything about him. I don't know any personal shit. Like, but yeah, money wise, he should be good. Like to at least, this is what you want to do, man. Like, I don't know. But I guess like Australians really can't. I never looked into. Does anyone know if Preacher Reviews is still making videos? I have to look him up after this. I could look him up now. I want to see if he still makes reviews, because he's just like a regular old guy reviewer. Look, VBTV versus old school. Lloyd is making a lot of videos. He's like really on it lately. I try not to overdo my videos. I don't know. Even if I had the ambition, I try not to overpost because it keeps it feeling more significant or something for when I do make shit. I don't fucking know. It's kind of in my head. Someone's mentioned that to me before though too. I think for a subscriber count, the more the better. But I think for views, I think trying to pace it a little better uh, has something to it. What the hell was I just talking about? Oh yeah, Preacher Babes. Preacher's he's got 1,000. What does that mean? 1,009? 1,090? He's got more subscribers. I think he's got less videos than me too, doesn't he? Son of a bitch. No, he's got more videos, but not that many. Okay. 2 weeks ago, attention, package is coming to me. Oh, so people are sending him stuff. WM40 rocks. What is he talking about? Sorry, I'm like totally just like segueing onto this other person's shit. That's a while. He's gone 2 weeks without making anything. I don't know how regularly he posted though to begin with. And it was a short. Yeah, because last actual review was a month ago. He must get free stuff too because he has all these cheap Chinese things sent to him. So he actually gets like gear to review. You get gear to review, don't you? If you're still watching. Where's he at? Yes, he's here. Yeah, Beck, you get gear to review, don't you? You don't buy all the stuff, right? He hit 1K in 2023. Thorough. Pretty cool PBR. Yeah, but I still watch the mainstream reviewers. It depends on who they are. I mean, I'll still watch some. I'll watch Scrim Green and Bogan, and I don't. I guess Mark Todd is mainstream, right? He's probably the best. I pay attention to his stuff more than any other reviewer. Um, Jay Hayes doesn't exist anymore. Vaping with Vic, I rarely watch any of his stuff, honestly. If he did more of those What's Up videos on Sunday, I would watch some of that because sometimes it's interesting to hear the UK news just for the hell of it. The Shed guy. Yeah, I mean, Mark has the best selection of stuff coming in that you're just going to see, and the most of that. You know what I mean? He's the only one that gets that volume of high end gear in. So definitely worth watching, in my opinion. Yeah, Todd is high end. Basardo, never really. I've never been a big Basardo viewer. I watch Fagan before I watch Basardo. Not that I don't like P. Basardo, I just forget about him, honestly. I'll watch Mike Vapes here and there because sometimes he'll be the first for certain gear. Who else? Matt from SMM. I forgot he even was there. Daniel DJLSB. Forgot all about him. Vaping Twisted 420. Don't know if he still makes anything. Wendy. Don't know. That's like thinking about Sophie, or you know what I mean. Dimitri does not like me. Why? I'm assuming you met in person because you're in England, right? Somewhere. You got some kind of accent. And that's where all the expos are, and that's where they're always at expos. So yeah. Do they work for Anakin or they are Anakin? Like they have stake in the company, right? Like the designs or something. Yeah, I know he's been around for ages. Yeah, a lot of the ones I like the most don't do it anymore. I was really mad when like Stan Tenacious TX stopped, so that's quite a while ago. And Salty Jewels. Hell, when I first started, I watched a lot of Rip Troopers. Yeah. Oh, it says he was ragging on me last live because I wasn't glued to the screen. Oh, he was asking you questions, and he felt like you ignored him? Weird. Oh, I mixed those two up because Hatman's talking about Stan, and then PBR is talking about Road Trippers, and I'm like, Stan, Dry Knuckles, what are you talking about? Yeah, dude, the High End Vape Show is why I even got into any of it. It definitely pushed me further into the hobbyist aspect because I was pretty much like tired of China's stuff. So when I learned about high end stuff, that's when it pushed me further into it for sure. And it wouldn't have happened if I didn't find that channel. Oh, you were asking him a question. Okay. Yeah. You're from the Netherlands. Okay. That's why your accent's so crazy. It's hard to pick up on sometimes. I'm trying to think of other reviewers. There's some you just forget about them altogether. Oh, Ambition. Ambition. He was holding on for a little bit there. I think he's done because he was still doing like Vapors Cloud stuff here and there, things like that. Um, so many of these people. I mean, if they're not going to get any money for it, they're just not going to do it. Which I understand, especially if you've been doing it for so long. They probably lost the enjoyment of it and were at that point just doing it for money. So naturally, oh, Sortio, yeah, I'm subscribed to him. I honestly don't watch his stuff too often, but he's cool. Yeah, he's a nice guy. He doesn't do, I'm I'm pretty into like I'm pretty picky. I don't know. I like a lot of high end stuff. If you're not doing, if you're not reviewing high end gear, I'm not going to be as attentive. But it doesn't mean I didn't like what he did or does. Um, that's why I like that Nick Wicks because he did the mid tier Boro gear. You know what I mean? Or if it's not high end, I want it to be Boro gear at least, or like an RTA. I don't know. I don't care about RDAs from China generally. All right, we're almost at that hour and a half. I think I might call it the MTL Lounge channel. English reviews, yeah. Oh, Jim VV. I watch his stuff a lot. He does plenty of high end stuff. He's German, right? There's another guy too. Another. He's kind of fell off, but not another vape channel. Belgian, same shit. No. Well, you know, because you. That's close enough, right? He's like a neighbor to you, right? I'm American, man. I don't know shit about those kind of places. And I like geography, so. Is the most fun to review something you can do? What is he saying? What are you saying? Is the most fun? Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, RDAs, they're so cut and dry. You can't screw them up. I mean, it's hard to screw them up if you even have a decent grasp on rebuildables. You can do them, you know. Um, God, there was one other person. Nature Vapes? I think that's an old one. I think that's old. Dude, there is plenty of like you ever Vic, you ever hear of a bloody good vaping? Um what was his name? Damien? Um that's old stuff. Like there's another guy I really liked. Geek Geek Vape Geek GeekAY. Geek Vapes, I think his name was. His stuff was good. The Mailman Vapes, or the Postman or something. I think it was the Mailman Vapes. Old school. Yeah, having those. Those were the fucking best. You know? And that was like, those videos were like, or those reviewers were like kind of old. They were like getting out of the scene just as I was even getting interested in vaping. So I did a lot of like, I watched a lot of old videos initially. You know what I mean? Yeah, and they're just boring. There's nothing. There's not much to say about them. There's nothing to tinker with or to learn any kind of nuances about. It's just plug and play. It's too cut and dry. There's nothing. It's just hard to come up with enough to even say about it. You know what I mean? It's not what made me interested in this stuff at all. I was just so interested by like how the airflow gets directed and how the juice manages to be absorbed, and like that's the interesting part. The shape, the different designs of like an RTA is just such an interesting thing to me. Yeah, so many of them. Tony B, the Vapor Trail channel, he was great for he was early in the dot and billet box AIO stuff, and his last video was about guitars. If they're not guitars, they're skateboards, electric skateboards at that. And because I'll watch skateboarding content, not electric ones. Although anybody has recommendations on like a really good electric bike, something that can at least do like 30 miles per hour and range, I don't know enough about them. I'm considering getting one for around here. So, like, if I want to go to the beach but don't want to have to drive and pay for parking and shit. Um, yeah, SJs. See, it's so hard because, like, my thing, I'll go on Reddit because you can't go by all reviewers are such sellouts for every kind of thing. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter what you're looking up. Like, um, there's like a million e-bike reviewers, and they all say everything's the best, and like one person's top 10 looks like nobody else's top 10, and it's like you don't know what to decide on. That like $1,000 to $1,500 range would be ideal, because I realized apparently you can't get a good one for like 500, so that sucks, but would have been cool. Even Todd does them. What, pods or something? If someone was gonna say, "Here's money to do a pod video," I would do it. I'm not saying I wouldn't. I'm just saying I always think about things from a consumer point of view because it's pretty much where I'm at, and I'll never watch a pod review or a disposable review. I don't think I ever have, not all the way through. And that's like I really mean that. I don't. I'm like anti to the max. I don't own one. I don't own one pod. My first vape was like a knockoff Jewel called a Zip. that I used for like a month or 2 months before I got a drag mini. Um, that's it. That's it. Never touched another thing like that again. Yeah. Bearded Viking. Um, he was doing stuff for a little bit. Bearded Viking Customs, and then it's been like at least a year, and he stopped. Um, but he'll still always do his New Year's show, which is cool. Thesis, remember Thesis? He would have stuff. There's so many reviewers that existed that are gone, like tons. If I go into my subscribe, like the things I'm subscribed to, and I just go down the list, I'm always like, oh yeah, oh yeah, hey, wait a minute, oh yeah. Like it's nonstop. It's one after another. Shit. All right. We're after the hour and a half mark. Since we're on such a positive note about all the reviewers of yesteryear, um, the Precision, that's the other that's the other RTA I was thinking of earlier that I couldn't remember. The Precision, the Pandora, and the Pioneer. They all came out around the same time. Oh, he does stuff weekly? See, I don't get the right notifications on my YouTube for videos. I feel like even people I've hit the bell icon for get overlooked at times. So, or even my comments. If it's a video that doesn't have many comments, I get notifications. But if it's a video that I have, an old video that has a lot of comments, it doesn't always tell me that I get the comments. Yeah. All right, gang. I'm gonna wrap it up. Um, good chat, man. Actually, I thought I was gonna wick this up and route, but had a nice little old time chatting here. I still got, I got a few things lined up. I had to refilm my, I don't know if I said this earlier, the Delro comparison video. I had to refilm it. Accidentally erased it, so I refilmed that today. And I got one. Don't get mad, but I got one boot video already finished that I'm gonna do. But I have I also have another RBA video shot, the Delro one, and I have another RBA video to film and edit. So a few things lined up. Someone might be sending me a BMM mod to review too. You're very welcome. Yeah, Hat Man, thanks for all your support throughout the years. Greatly appreciated. All right, gang. I'll see you on the next one. And thanks for hanging out.